the sixth skandam by the compiler of that Pedavaram Subramanya Shastri, our guru, and he tried to put us into the knowledge of Bhagavatam in brief, so that we will be inspired to go to the original and keeps reading them and trying to get elaborate information on each episode or each item. But it is a very, very brief one, because ordinarily it is not possible for us to cover the whole Bhagavatam reading or understanding in a short time. Therefore, this is a very convenient time for a convenient one that we are able to earn. So the Raja, that is Parikshit Maharaj, is the questioner. And there are other people like Narayana, Shuka Maharshi, Brahmana, then Maitreyi, then Narada, and Sarat Kumara. Well, these are all important characters who come and join, either to put questions or continue the answers or give answers as they think. So it is an interesting situation where we have got the opinion or suggestion or instruction or guidelines regarding the doubts that have come up. So in the Shashta Skandam, page number 33 here, probably in the book that I have forwarded or Saraswati has forwarded, that PDF copy is quite well brought out, and still some more little changes will be there. By the time the book will be ready for our use, and we will have a formal release of this Bhagavatam on 29th August, as we think, because it is just about the Gokulashtami, the birth date of Sri Krishna Bhagavan. See, there are so many symbolic interpretation for the entire life of Krishna Bhagavan, where he is born, how he is born, and when is he born, and what are the activities. All those things are there. But for the present, on the birthday, happy birthday, just next before, I was told it is 30th August is the Mukulashtami. So the 7th day, we are just trying to, because there is a function, in that function, we'll just try to release the book and formal. But I don't think there was a releasing function for this Bhagavatam when our Guru has prepared, because I know knowledge, I was not much in touch with him after a long time. And before, when once I left my college, I was hardly chance to meet him and spend, but still I could do so. I don't know much about the details. So anyway, in this is Shashta Skandam, 33rd page, and 192 and 93 slokas, a beautiful question has been asked by the Parikshit Maharaj, who wants to get rid of difficulties and almost get moksham, because, and moreover, Parikshit Maharaj has to become a good Bhagavata or devoted to Bhagavan, whoever it is. And in order to help to get devoted to Bhagavan, we need the guidance of the gurus, and all of them are there. In fact, Shuka Maharshi has taken the lead, and he was the only one Rishi who came forward to narrate the entire Bhagavatam in 7 days, so that he will be really relieved of the difficulties after death, and Krishna Bhagavan will be able to give. So even the Takshaka, the serpent Nagaraja, our king, cannot directly approach, perform his action like anybody you can do. But because Parikshit Maharaj has become so much divinized, powerful and potential with the spirituality and power, so he came in the form of a Brahmin and asks for Pranadiksha. Only at the consent of Parikshit Maharaj, he was able to take away the life of Parikshit. So this is how it will happen. So in fact, they have to, if at all our life has got to be taken away from our body, which is enjoying many more things, sukham and dukkham and all these dvandvas, there should be the Paramatma's agreement. And also, in other words, our agreement also, so that we can get rid of the body. So like that here, in the 192, we have noted, Atmano Hitam, though people know that whatever acts that they do are liable for sin, but even, and sometimes they do prayashchittam for that also. Prayashchittam in the form of doing pratams, japam, homam, parayanam, pradakshina. Well, there are so many methods. So all this prayashchittam done, but people once again get attracted and to do the same thing or other things, so that they cannot be completely pure, although they have attempts done to get rid of the sin or reduce the impact of sin. So it's really a problem for us. Therefore, in this 93 sloka, he says, Kvachin navartate bhadrat kvachidacharate punaha prayaschittam partham manye kunjara sauchavato. Sir, I consider the prayaschittam we are just doing, it's only a temporary relief from the sin. It is just like the elephant bath. You know that kunjara is the elephant, shaucha is becoming pure. Actually, the elephant goes into the lake, water place, as we all know. It spends a lot of time, and wants to clean up its back and all the body. But when it gets out onto the ground, it loves the mud very much. So immediately you must have observed the elephant pouring all that mud again on the back. Therefore, all the time that he has taken, that elephant has taken bath, so getting into the water, making that snanam and all that, getting purified, but it is temporary. Again, we are attracted to by that elephant as it is attracted to the mud, or so also we are attracted loshtha. That's why they says paradravyani loshthavatu. Bhartruhari given that paradravyani loshthavatu yaha pasyata sapanditaha paradarani matruvatu is the subhashta. You have to consider others' wife as mothers, and the dravya or belongings of others should be considered as a mud. And like that, this was all told. But this here it says, Prayaschittam athovata. What is the point? So that question has been posed. What is by that Krishna, but Raja, the king, Parikshit, and now Bhavanarayana will try to answer that in a very interesting manner that you see in 94. Now I repeat, Karmana karma nirharo nahi atyantika ishyate avidvat adhikaritvat prayaschittam vimarsanam. Because we have done it already, I'm just trying to revise it to you so that you will get the link for the next one. Tapasa brahmacharyena shamena damene cha yagena satya sauchabhyam yamena niyamena cha deha vak buddhi jam dhiraha dharmajnaha shraddhayanvitaha chapanti agham mahadapi venugulmayvanalaha. Already we noted a few ideas, but still I am revising that karmana karma nirharaha nahi atyantika ishyate avidvat adhikaritvat prayaschittam vimarsanam. Because we don't know very much about the prayaschittam, and we don't have much authority to get rid of our sin just by virtue of the prayaschittam that we are doing. What is Prayaschitta? For example, Mahanyasam is taken as a Prayaschitta karma. Some people say Mahanyasa Purvaka Rudrabhisheka and all these things, apart whether at all we acquire Punyam and all that, but it is all Prayaschitta karmas. And in our Veda, we have got division. Kamyeshtisu, Prayaschitta karmas, and so on and so forth. Gruhya karma, Dharma karma, and Srauta karma. Also, karmas have been divided and described about their character. But when we come to the Purana, we have got to know more about this, more about this Prayaschitta subject matter. So Vimarsanam is discussion on that. So that Bhavanarayana, he comes out with a solution that tapas, brahmacharya, shama, dama, tyaga, satya, shaucha, yama, niyama. So these are all the measures, and the other, everybody knows about it. Tapas is the austerity or penance, focused attention, that for some purpose we do that. So not with any purpose, just keep on doing tapas is a different one. But generally people resort to tapas only when they have got something to accomplish or get. That is tapasa siddhyanti karyani. So normally the karya siddhi happens through focusing our attention and all that. And karma nirhara. Sorry, the nirhara is to brahmacharyena. When you have to brahmachari, that is, you have to constantly be in service to the God, who is Brahma. And whatever that pleases him, that only we have got to do with. So that's what we call brahmacharya. And though people are given to the brahmacharya at the age of 8 for a Brahmin boy, 12 for a Kshatriya boy, 16 for a Vaisya boy, and Sudras are accepted because whatever these three people do it, that will automatically go to the happiness of that. As you understand, from Vishnu Sahasranamam, Sudraha Sukham Avapnuyat. Sudraha Sukham Avapnuyat means the Sudras, they get automatically Sukham when people other than these three people other than his caste are doing. So that is what our scriptures point out. Therefore, it is said that Shama and Dhamma are personal also. Shama, as far as possible, we have to keep maunam and equipoised mind, equilibrium of mind, and not getting immediately irritated or annoyed, etc. But you have to have a thoughtful time before we talk about it. But generally people lose it. It is only through practice and all that, that shama, that shanti, that kind of peace. So we should not get our peace disturbed. For example, in the lake, the water is calm, quiet in a lake. But if you go and throw a stone, then you see the commotion there, all concentric circles and all that. If you don't do that kind of throwing the stone or pebble to that, the water remains calm, cool, and all. That's why it is said in the Veda, Yajurveda says, Shanta vai apaha. By nature, the waters are cool. You may heat the water, but in no time it again becomes cool. So that is what we want. Shamena. And Dhamma is also, you have to control that Dhamma. And so the Shama, Dhamma, Niyama, Yama, these are all the yogas. So Shama Yoga, Dhamma Yoga, Yama Yoga, Niyama Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. So that has to be also practiced. It's not one day work. Every day, sometime we have got to be spending time so that we get used to that and we get benefits out of it. Then Tyaga, most important is the Tyaga. Whatever, however we do things, we must develop a kind of detachment and disinterestedness in things. It is very difficult for getting the disinterestedness or Tyaga Buddhi because we always want. There are wants and desires always working in our mind. That's why Kalidasa says in one of the works that Manoratha Nama Tataprapataha. See, just like the waves come and hit the river bank repeatedly, like that, our mind also is like that. So they repeatedly, one after the other thought will come and hit your brain or mind. And if we are not caring them, there is a tyaga required, vita raga. That vita raga, if they develop that, then we are able to focus and go ahead. That's why tyagena. In fact, even in our Yajurveda, in the Vedas, there are most three important things when you want to perform a yajna. So yajna, it is an all-fulfilling attempt. Yajnena yajnamayajanta devaha tani dharmani prathamanyasan. That is, yajna is a dharma. So dharma has got to be always attended to by all people in spite of many other conditions. You may be very busy, but morning after bath is first. Sandhya Vandanam or Devata Prarthana or Aradhana is next. Whatever the time duration is not important, but the act is important. Therefore, our Veda tells when you think of yajna, whether big or small or otherwise, you have to have these three things to be done. What is Dravya Sekarana, Devatahvana, and Dravya Tyaga. So you may be ready, you may be ready to do that Dravya Sekarana, collecting all sambharas or necessary things for yajna, and Daivatahvana, you are ready to do it, or if not you do it, the priest whom you invite, he will do for you, Ahvanam. But the most important thing is the Tyaga. Whatever you have collected there, you should completely get rid of that, offer to the gods. Agnaye Swaha, Agnaya idam namama. So keep on telling idam na mama, idam na mama, because all gods are like elephants. That means they don't immediately run to the food or offering like a dog. Suppose if you keep some food for the dog, suddenly, immediately the dog runs to the food. But elephant will not go. You have to cajole, request repeatedly, then only. That's why they said, Chatu setaischa bhunte. So the elephant will eat only after that kind of chatu setas. So that is the tyaga, and gods are like that. So tyagena. So that kind of buddhi, tyaga buddhi. That's why in Kalidas also in Raghuvamsam says, Tyagaya Sambhrutarthanam. He says, why at all we make acquisition, property, and amassing the wealth, etc., etc. It is only for the sake of Tyaga. Tyagaya Sambhrutarthanam. So, in fact, all Raghu Maharajas have got that kind of sentiment of Tyaga, which we have seen either in Rama or in previous people. They just do that kind of Tyaga or giving up and Vitaraga. And again, another thing is Satya Sauchabhyam Tyagena cha. Satya Sauchabhyam cha. You have to be addicting to Satyam, truth, Saucha, purity. That is not trying to defile ourselves, keep on doing something. That's why in Vishnu Sahasranam also it is said, Rama Rama Rameti, Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. So Ramanama is said to be for the Suchi, with all the Pavitra, Pavitra. We have got number of outcome, number of expressions where we are able to get rid of, remain pure, something like the blood in our body. Because of the heart, the blood remains pure. All impure blood goes to the heart, and the heart has the function to make the same blood. After all, everybody has got only 6 liters of blood, and that has to be sustained all through the 120 years. So you cannot have extra or less of that. So like that, Saucha Abhyam, and Yama and Niyama. Yama, Dhamma, Niyamas. Niyamas are minimum discipline we should have. See, for example, after bath only, you have to do some divine worship or some good things. That's why there is a saying that Sahasram hitva snanam acharet, Dasha Sahasram hitva pujayet, Laksham hitva bhojayet. So like that, we have always engaged busy schedules in our day, but you have to give up 1,000 things and take your bath at the required time. Sahasram hitva snanam acharet, then laksham hitva. So this kind of calculation has been given to us by Subhashtakaras, saying that snanam, sandhya, japa, homa, devataradhana, and atmaradhana at the same time, the vritti aradhana and all those things. So yamena niyamena cha. And again in next sloka, we have another prayaschittam that would help us to get rid of the karma. Karma nirhara. All these things are shooting towards the karma nirhara. Nirhara is trying to get rid of the karma. We have got prarabdha karma, sanchita karma, agami karma, and all that. But yesterday, Dr. Channareddy came to my place, and he was putting wonderful, interesting questions. And therein he asked, what about these karmas? And when are we free from all these karmas? Because the prarabdha karma, if you are able to go through, and there is sanchita karma, you have already a good stock of karma or papam that is there, load, that big load is there. Because of it, we are born. And agami karma is also there, something that you are going to acquire with or without your knowledge. How at all this karma nasha happens, moksha prapti happens? Is it a very wonderful question? You can also all brood over that. Then in Bhagavatam, Krishna himself says at one place, if you are very sincere to the namasmarana and your duties, Paramatma will definitely interfere and see that he will cancel whatever remnants or residue of karma you have got, and you will become completely pure and you will get the eligibility for moksha. It is something like, imagine, if you want to save money and build a house, never you can do in your house, in your lifetime. So what is the solution? You have to borrow, or you have to take loan from the loan givers, and slowly you redeem that, but you will have a house. Like that, the Paramatma is the only one who can cancel the loan, whatever it is. So that's what in Bhagavatam we get it. Because these are all dharma sandeshas. So karma nirhara could be done only through karma. Karma to karma. Yagnena yagnamayatanta devaha. It is like the diamond can be cut with a diamond. A mullu can be removed by another mullu. No way to get out of it. That's why here also these are all things. And moreover, we have to be dhiras. Dhira means we have to use more and more of intelligence, buddhi, and devotion. And buddhi has so many things, and we have to cultivate the good buddhi. Sadbuddhi, buddhi, sadbuddhi, durbuddhi. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has got these kind of classifications. So buddhi yoga, he spares one complete chapter, second chapter, utilizing the importance of buddhi before he starts talking about any other yogas. Because in Krishna, just to listen to Arjuna in the entire first chapter, that's what called Vishada Yoga of Arjuna. A personality of the order of Arjuna were to become Vishada, gripped, it is not easy thing. You cannot neglect it. So his Vishada must get away, so that the entire Mahabharata war takes place and Dharma Uddharana takes place and other means are being destroyed. Very interesting. So this Krishna's problem is to make that buddhi already there in Arjuna, but clouded now, has got to be removed of the clouds, and he should remain what is his duty. In spite of many other sentiments and emotional things, he as a Kshatriya, he has to fight. Therefore, Sukshatriya Partha Labhante Yuddham. He said only lucky, fortunate Kshatriyas will be able to face a war like this. So you are lucky, go ahead. So like that, Dhiraha. But who is a Dhira? Dehajam, Vagajam, Buddhijam. So he has to be able to manage all those ideas or thoughts that are coming up because of the body, because of the speech, because of the buddhi. And when you talk about the vak and mind are complementary to each other. So yad vacha vadati, I mean, there was a dvang me manasi pratisthita, mano me vachi pratishthitam. So miranta netsukontar the Shanti mantra. You have got in Sarva Veda mantra, the last mantra is, they are given in the printed form, that Vak is in manas and manas is in vak. That means what you talk is your mind. And what is your mind, you talk. So what is not in your mind, you will not talk. That's why you see, that's why they say walk jump. That is why even while talking, we have to be discriminating and thoughtful in talk. Man, generally we'll be telling, hey, did you think over this and talking or just superficially talking? Sometimes you put a question to the person who is talking. So like that, here he says, that Narayana is telling us, you have to be careful about vak jam and again buddhi. Buddhi is also a most important thing, because if we have got a subuddhi, sumedha, then we'll be always sumukhas. That's why you observe whenever you think of a Ganapati namas, Sumukha, Yanamaha, first name of Ganapati is Sumukha, because he is the Lord of all Vignas. So unless he is Sumukha, then Ekadanta and all the Ekadanta refers to his power. So first of all, you should be favorable to the favorable people, and then try to attack the enemies who are not favorable or not religious, etc. That's why Sumukhaya Namaha. So buddhi is important to make us dhira, make us have always the positive, favorable thinking. Apart from all these items of approach or prayaschittas, another thing, 196 local, another thing that we are seeing is the dharmagnaha. See, dharmagnaha means we should have a little or some knowledge about dharma. Without the knowledge of dharma, if we do it, then we are not doing rightly. For example, again Bhagavad Gita I should quote, dharma Krishna, Arjuna knows. But at the juncture when he became a Vishad, when he was gripped by Vishada, oh, I am killing these people, all these people are my own kith and kin and all that, I will be getting more sin, I will get Shashwata Narakavasa, and I don't want to stay completely in Naraka only. And like that, he goes on talking before. That's why Krishna becomes angry upon him and says, so you are talking as though you are a big Medhavi, stupid you are. See, so you listen to me. That's why Dharmagna, if you do not know, we have to consult those people who are Dharmagnas. That is Acharyas, our gurus. So there are some people, many people who knows something about dharma, they can guide us. That's why we are all said Atma Buddhi Sukham Chaiva, Guru Buddhir Viseshataha. So Subha, always your own decision is best. But sometimes it needs to be supportive by the Guru Buddhi also. That's why Viseshataha Sukham. So ours is Sukham and Dharmagnas or Guru's Buddhi is better. Therefore, Dharmagnaha and again Shraddhaya Anvitaha. So Shraddha is important thing. No doubt everybody has got faith and belief. Nobody is there without having faith and belief. But to what extent, with respect to what you have got the faith and belief in you, you got to judge yourself. It's called Atma Jnana, Atma Vichara, Atma Nivrutti, etc. So that's what Shraddhaya. That's why again Krishna, for example, is again whether he is in Bhagavad Gita or in Bhagavatam, Krishna is the character. And again, Krishna is our advisor in Anugita and Uddhava Gita, that also you should see. So these are all the places where Krishna is a speaker and mentor for us. And at each context, Krishna Bhagavan is varying in his knowledge according to the circumstance and situation. He is mending his knowledge and he is guiding them. If it is in war ground, Arjuna is differently told. In Uddhava Gita, Krishna told Arjuna in different manner, or to Uddhava. And so, in Anugita, I'm sorry. In Anugita, again Krishna speaks to Arjuna after the Mahabharata war. And in that Uddhava Gita is the last talk by Krishna when the entire avatar or Kali Dwapara Yoga is ending. So that is ultimate one. So like that, these Gitas by Krishna are very. So in this Bhagavad Gita, immediately we are concerned. In 17th chapter or so, somewhere, he says, he divides the Shraddha into three gunas: Sattva, Shraddha, Rajas, and Tamas. So, but we have to only adopt Sattva Siddhi, Sattva Shraddha, and even when all these measures are taken up, one of them, any of them, but we should take. Then what happens? Agham Chapanti Mahadapi. That's what we have got underlined. See, we don't know the size of the sin that we have got in us because we don't have sin meter in our house. That sin meter or punyam meter is there in Yavaloka. So they will be taking readings of this. When we go there, they open up our meter and accordingly we will be given postings. That's what our Puranas will tell us, that we don't know how much punyam, because in aghams or aghamarshanam, that's exactly what we. So when you take a bath, Varuna is the god who will be making the aghamarshana. That's why we have read in Mahanarayana Upanishad, Aghamarshana Suktam, where Varunopa Aghamarshanaha. So Varuna is the protector. Varuna is the remover of our sins, whatever, we don't know. And then again, how does Varuna interfere to swipe off our sins? Means Panina Avamarsyatu. Look at our Vedas. When you come to our scriptures, they are our great guides for times immemorial. It is not today book. It has been utilized or benefiting generations and generations of people. Panina Avamarsyatu means Pani, the hand is required to swipe. So what is the hand of Varuna, in which we don't say? Water is the hand. So Panina, that is with the water which you are using to wipe off our sins or the dirt outside and inside, that water is Varuna's hand. So like that. So Mahadapi Agham Chapanti. So whatever it is, whatever the size of that Agham, that is being removed. Chapanti Agham. And you may ask, so I have got plenty of sins, a number of things, and don't worry about the size of Agham that we have got. We cannot know it, we cannot estimate. So actually in our life, we should know something, we should not know something. And if you want to know anything and everything, then we will not happy. So to be happy, know something and be contented. Don't brood on or continue on. That's why even for doing sin or thinking, we should sometimes build wall, not bridges. That is, if you have a bridge, you are not stopping your thinking thoughts. That's why we have got Walmart in other countries. That is for all shops, marts, the wall is the Walmart. So that, you imagine the thought like that, Mahadapi, and how, like, importantly, a comparison, Upama Alankara, or the Upama is interesting. Venu Gulma Mivanalaha. See, Venu Gulmam is the bamboo groove. However big is the bamboo groove, if Agni generated because of the friction of the bamboo to bamboo, actually the fire, the forest fire begins only because of the bamboos. They are tenable for producing the fire. So Venu Gulmam, the bamboo groove, the thicket is liable for burnt. No time, the entire bamboo groove becomes ashes. Like that, the whatever be the amount of sin we have been acquiring, we are going to acquire, etc., all that will be turned into ashes. That's why even in Isavasya Upanishad also we have got the thing. Vayuranilamathedam bhasmantam sariram krato smara. What a beautiful conclusion of the Yajurveda. That what is this body? We should not. It's only combination of Vayu, Anila. There is wind and Anila. So that means there is fire and wind. Both are good friends. The Agni is happy when there is wind, and wind is happy when Agni is there. If both are together, then the Nasha is quick, like that. Athedam sariram. Therefore, O wise man, Kratu is wise man. Krato smara. Please remember, ultimately, what is your sariram? Bhasmantam sariram. the Sarira will be reduced to ashes. Nothing remains out of your Sariram. And even the bones, if at all, that will mixed into water. Nothing. So nothing is left unturned with regard to the body which people wear. So analaha iva. And again, but now these are all very difficult jobs to do for people. Otherwise, these days busy. So in 197 sloka, one more beautiful suggestion given. Kechit kevalaya bhatya vasudeva parayanaha agam dhunvanti karsyena niharamiva bhaskaraha. This is a very important solution which Krishna himself gives us. Ayo, I have got lot of things, lot of sins. I don't know. We always bother. And we get buried in the worries also. Oh, I am a sinner like Arjuna. But all through the time, Arjuna is thinking that he's a sinner. But Krishna is hammering on his head, you are not going to be a sinner. If at all you are a sinner, you are going to be a purified fellow. You will get all benefits out of it. Like that here also Krishna tells you, Bhaktya Vasudeva Parayana Kevalaya Bhaktya Kechit. Just bhakti, devotion. Just trying to attach yourself always Vasudeva Parayana. That's what you said. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's a 12-akshara mantra, Dvadasa-akshara Narayana mantra. Om Namo Narayanaya is the Ashtakshari mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is the Dvadasa-akshara mantra. But here, in the entire Bhagavatam, what we are taught is not Narayanaya much, but it's only Vasudevaya, the son of Vasudeva. Is the Krishna has been taken up as the son of father's name is taken for our emancipation. Therefore, here Vasudeva Parayana Kechit Kevalaya. You should underline 100 times the word Kevalam. Kevalam is only bit, because most simplified pathway is to take the name of Narayana. So Narayana Smriti Vasudeva. In fact, you are going to get one more episode of Dhruva. You all know about Dhruva's Charitam, how he got his desire fulfilled when he was insulted by his stepmother in the open court. When he went to sit upon the lap of his father, he went crying as a boy to his mother and told what happened in the open court. The mother said, "Why do you bother about this human man? You go and sit on the lap of Narayana." So this small boy, he was obediently Kama, Dhruva signature, just to walk away. As he was walking, as you know, on the way, Narada appeared to him, because Rajakumara, small boy, going alone, leaving the entire thing and to the forest. He doesn't know where he's going. Then Narada asked him, "Where are you going?" Then he told, "My mother asked me to sit on Narayana's lap and go back." Then, "How are you doing it?" "I don't know." Then Narada was the guru. So he just took him to the place, made him sit there, and gave the Upadesha of Om Namo Bhagavate Nara, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is the Mantropadesha which was given to Dhruva to do penance. And he made all arrangements, even in the celestial world. He went to Kailasam, told Parvati, "Amma, small boy sitting in the forest doing japa, see, be a guardian. See that no wild animal, no crawling animal will disturb his penance. He is very important for us. You go and be a god," because Durga is the Aranya Devata. She's so Vatu Kshetram. So she has to be a caretaker. She's a forest officer also. So she was asked to be a guardian. And again, immediately after some time, he went to Narayana and told, "No, don't neglect, give more time for the boy. He cannot do a lot of time." So Dhruva got the desire fulfillment, or Narayana Pratyaksha, Narayana Darsanam, in 5 months. I don't know what. So this is what Bhagavatam attests, that in 5 months, tapas, Narayana appeared. That means say that Om Namo Bhagavate Narayanaya, or Vasudevaya, is a good mantra which will bring us quicker results than Om Namo Narayanaya or anything like that. Doesn't know. So Vasudeva Parayana. So agham dhunvanti is to drive away. Never they come back. Something like driving away the enemies and not making them to get attracted again back. And through karsyena, totally you can drive away the enemies. There will be no Shatru Badha. So in other words, Shatru Badha is Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madam. These 6 items in our body will make us to do more sins. And what is the source for doing sin? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. The percentage of each of that depends upon the persons. Any higher percentage other than the required quota is a problem to the individual, not only to the individual, but also the society therein. So if you extra kama, extra and all that, that's why that niyama, that yama, and that yama, damana, shama, all these things are referring to that agham and karsyena. How like is again another beautiful example, Upalankara. Nihara eva Bhaskara. Bhaskara is Surya Bhagavan. Nihara is the snow. Probably in India, we cannot much know unless you go to north, Devanirmitam Desam, that Himalayas and all those places. But in south, you don't have problem. But in other countries, we have got problem of the snow. Only snow machines will clear a little on the road, keep the road affordable for all vehicles and people. But otherwise, the snow will be completely filled all places, and it will be a milk ocean, Kshirasagaram. And the trees are having snow, everything is snow ridden. Such a large amount of snow that has come out from Surya Bhagavan, he only should be a scavenger. He should only do that brewing. That's why, like Bhaskara, who is able to remove the snow quickly, he doesn't take more time to clear the snow, depending upon the power that he is able to use it. And so, like that, all our sins are being driven away totally. Karsyatva means total, nothing, no stress at all. Afterwards, you see, completely snow-ridden lawns are completely green. And that is the kind of thing that we see. That's what is called karsyena. So when all our agham is completely removed, we automatically go to that. And now, in the next one, Sakrun Manah Krishna Padaravindayoho Niveshitam Tadguna Ragiriva Na Te Yamam Pasha Bhutascha Bhatan Swapnepi Pasyanti Chirna Nishkrutaha. Actually, in last class, I could not explain this mantra, these slokas, and therefore I took some time. You can read those slokas, and now he says the next conclusion of this particular section from Sashta Skandham area, because each skanda is a branch, and Bhagavata is a tree. Bhagavata Vrukshasya Dvadasa Skandani Bhavanti. So for this Bhagavata tree, there are 12 big branches. They are called skandas. So to say, it's a vruksham. And even for this vruksham, even the leaves are also important. And all the safety and the maintenance of the tree is again Paramatma. When you read Rudram, I am doing on Saturday morning, Rudra Bhashyam, there, Saspinjarayacha, there is a word complementing Saspinjarayacha, or Namo Vrukshebhyo, Harikesebhyo. So the Rudra Bhagavan, or Bhagavan actually, he is there not only in the tree, not only in the branches, also in the green individual leaves, and also in, so leaves also is Krishna Parama, he is also Rudra Bhagavan. So to say, there is that kind of enveloping, all pervasiveness of Paramatma and Krishna or Shiva or all that, no much difference. So Padara Vindayoho Niveshitam, so Manaha Niveshitam. It is not only flower, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam is okay. It's all physical, secular. Offering one flower, one drop of water, and one fruit to Krishna will give us a lot of benefit. But apart from that, here our Bhagavatakara Vyasa Bhagavan or Sutta Maharshi tells us that Manas is important. Yavai manaha, tatvai drishtihi. Yavai srushtihi, yavai drishtihi. So how is the srushti? So is the drishti. So is the, how is the drishti? So is the srushti. And srushti and drishti depend upon your mind. That is the connecting link between srushti and drishti. How you like in our mind, you create. How you like to see the object, as permitted by the mind, you see it. Therefore, mana is the strength, is the source from which everything emanates. That's why manaha niveshitam Krishna padara vindayoho. And also tat guna ragi yaihi iha. Guna ragi. Tat guna means manassunu control chayali ante, which is the most important gunam, that is sattva gunam. Sattva sampannaha. Sattva guna sampannaha janaha sanmanushyaha bhavishyanti. That's why sanmanushya manoyatha. Bhartruhari or Valmiki Maharshi or any Maharshi will describe how would be the mind. The mind of man is not constantly moody or in difficulty or in all that. There is definitely some time in the day when his mind will be pleasant, free from all unwanted, wanted thoughts. So Sanmanushya is just like the water in the early hours of morning in a river. So the river water is so pleasant for your bathing. If you go before sunrise, quite before sunrise and dip in the waters, it will be just too warm and you will enjoy the Nadi Snanam. If you go at 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock, the water will be damn cool. You cannot enjoy the bath. But if you go early hours of morning, by about 5 o'clock or something like that, that's why the Shankaracharya has created that kind of Bhajagovinda Stotram. When he was going to Ganges to take bath, looking at an old man sitting in the front of the house and keep on repeating the du, kuru, karane grammar rules. He says, Samprapte, sannihite kale, nahi nahi rakshate dukurum karane, is bodha, bhaja govindam. That means Samprapta and sannihita need not be depending upon the age. That's when Krishna, in another place, he says that Ajyava Shatavarsha Anantaram va Maranam Tathyam, he says, it may be today or just now or after 100 years, anybody born upon the land must get rid of that land or he will be dying. So Krishna himself said, because of that, he says, you try to put your mind, guna ragi yaihi, guna raga. Guna raga is attachment for the guna. Sattva, Raja, Tamo gunas are equally posited in us. Rakshasas will promote Tamo guna. The rulers will promote the Rajoguna. But the Tapasvins and Maharshis and Vidwans and all people will promote Sattva guna. Therefore, Sattva guna Pradhana people will be gurus. And Rajoguna and Tamoguna people cannot at all be gurus. And they depend upon these gurus. That's why every king must have a good minister. Minister is a Brahmin. And because of him only, the king will be able to continue on the throne. See, that's why Daur Mantriyat Nrupatir Vinasyate. Bhartrihari says, if there is a bad minister to a king, he will ruin himself. That's exactly what is the position in Durga Saptasati. That particular king, Suratha, he came to forest because his ministers, his own cabinet ministers and officers, army people deceived him. And ultimately, he lost his land, he lost his property, his treasure house, he lost his children, kith and kin, everybody, nobody was listening to him. So he had to go to forest. So that's why they go to, then Durga Saptasati comes up. So this is Bhagavata Saptasati, where again, that Parikshit Maharaja is a Kshatriya. Parikshit is a Kshatriya and other caste people are also there. And who is getting benefited? A Kshatriya is getting benefited. Parikshit Maharaja is getting benefited. And in the Durga Saptasati also, a Kshatriya is benefited because he gets back his land, Rajyam, Rajasukam, and after enjoying all that Rajasukam, then the Durga Parmeshwari, you can come to me and you will have a name very much. But for Vaisya, the Durga Parameswari grants the moksham, and there is no time lag for him. But for this Kshatriya, he was given the duty of ruling the land again. But here, in the case of Bhagavatam, the Parikshit Maharaja's plight is different. He is worried, there is urgency that he should somehow get rid of his kingship and go to a better lokas by listening to Narayana. Therefore, so Nate Yamam, that's why what is the guarantee or promise that Narayana gives it here? If you were to dedicate your mind to the feet of Krishna, then what would happen? Yamabhasa Brutaha Bhataha. The Yamabhatas, who always come to take away the life of the beings with the nooses. So Pasha is one. Pasha Vimukti is important. So Pashupasa Vimukti is important. That's why Pashupati or Krishna can only remove the Pasagalu. And when once the Pasha is over, that Bhatan, Swapnepi na pasyanti, they never see, even in the dream, they will not have darshan of the Yamabhatas, even in the dream. How like Chirna Nishkrutaha pasyanti, Chirna Nishkrutaha. Nishkruti is removal. Prayaschittam or anything, all these measures which have been suggested by Narayana to get hold of punyam and also get rid of the karma, all these papams, then that will be chirna. Chirna means got destroyed. They get completely removed and they will be having the nishkruti. That nishkruti, the prayaschitta, which they go through, will be enabling them to get moksha. So Bhagavatam is a Hamsa Samhita. Hamsa is a mokshakari, in the sense that that's why all mendicants, sannyasis will call themselves basically as Hamsa. If they have progressed very much in the Hamsa, they call themselves as Paramahamsa. If they are Paramahamsas, still they don't want to stay at one place, but spread dharmam all places, then they become Parivrajakas. And if they are teachers or mentors or guiding people, they become Parivrajaka Acharyas. So like that, there are so many ranking status to all those people who take sannyasa or renunciation. So it is not simply great by just wearing this kashaya vastra and unless removing not the kashaya inside. This is what Radha Krishnan had told. Unless the kashaya inside, you need not wear kashaya vastras and show to the public that you are a sannyasi. No, real sannyasi spirit is there in us, that manaha. So manaha Krishna padaravindayoho nikshiptam chet, and yamabhataha pashahastaha swapnepi na pasyanta swapnepi na agachanti. What to speak of personally coming to you, even in swapna they don't come and threaten you that we are going to take away your life. That's why all astrologers are advised not to predict the death of a native when the native shows the horoscope to him. If at all he sees it by virtue of, because all astrologers are called as Daivagnas, because they try to interpret the destiny given by the god. Therefore, we go to astrologers, because so they are all talking about the Navagraha influence on us. So, and Vastu also important. On 29th, we are having a beautiful talk. The Vastu references the Taittiriya Brahmana of Yajurveda by that Aparna. So I will be sending the flyer. Please mark this date and attend the Vastu. What are the things that, because Vastu is important. Our health, prosperity, growth, and death, and all that depends upon the house we are living. That's why we call Vastu Purusha. So that Vastu Purusha is Krishna only, Narayana, Krishna, Narayana. That's why we make a cow enter into the new house, Gruha Pravesham, than anything else, because cow represents so many things. Cow has got all devatas in its body. Sarva devataha dhenu. So, and so we make a cow enter. And if the cow were to put peda or that cow dung in the house, in the Gruha Pravesham, There is nothing like it. Is a wonderful, prosperous house. So sometimes we see some houses when they are doing, the cow gives the dung also, cow dung also, or the panchagovyam and all that. So these are all some of the our religious and sentimental and spiritual significations that has come down to us in our Vedic tradition. So like that, Chirna, you have to understand, Nishkruti and Chirna, these are the two things we have got accomplished in our behavior when we are granted 10 decades of life normally. So 10 decades, 1 decade gone in sport, another decade gone in education, another 2 decades gone in family and education and job, and only after 50 one has to become wise. Actually, people say after 40 everybody is wise, but if the wisdom does not dawn at 40 and more, but at least 50 and 60 onward, the wisdom should dawn. Still, one should not take jobs in after retirement and keep on earning. Don't know what massive attacks also are known for us. So best thing is to spare time to Krishna Padaravindam. And not only time, but also your mind. That's why it is said, where there is a mind, there is a way. Where there is a way, there is a mind. So, Pasyanti Chirna Nishkrutaha. So, with this Srimad Bhagavata Saptasatya Chaturtho Adhyaya. And I want to tell you the other, the previous portions, we'll have a other revision in some other time, because we have been doing this to that Saraswati, who has done a wonderful service to Krishna and Guru Gadu, because she is bringing the book in print in our Devanagari and available in WhatsApp. And I have also forwarded to them. She has also forwarded. You can download happily, but hard copy comes. It is priced. If you buy and even make dana of the book itself is a Mahathing. That's called Gnana Vitarana, and Pustaka Vitarana is Gnana Vitarana and Danam. So don't worry about the money. She is putting a very low price comparatively, but it's a kind of service which will go to the, not that she is going to get, but Krishna is going to get, and all the Krishna services will be taken place. So I think today we have completed the Saptasati Chaturtha Adhyaya, and we'll just utter one mantra of the next chapter, and which will be going on next week. So I hope we are able to really get benefited with this kind of briefing, the essence of Bhagavatam through 700 slokas. But here, all the slokas are just verbatim derived here, unlike in Durga Saptasati. Even Durga Saptasati is completely formulas. So one sentence sloka is there, or one word mantra also is there. Rajo Om Rajo Vacha Swaha. So that is a mantra. Rajo Vacha itself is a slokam and a mantra. That is Durga Saptasati's activity. And in this, we have got full slokas with different meters, and that's another experience that would have it when you think of the Hamsa Samhita. You know, Hamsa is able to take only milk, leaving the water away from the milk. So that is the Viveka Gnanam. That's why Shankaracharya writes Viveka Chudamani. So that Hamsa is a Viveka Chudamani because it has got the talent to take only milk, leave the water. No animal, no bird in the earth, it has got that capacity. So Hamsa is great. Same manner, even the peacock. Why Krishna wears the peacock plume? Because there is no physical union to produce children for progeny. Only the eye, Drishti Pata is enough for begetting children. So that's why Krishna, he has to manage 16,008 wives, imagine, and he gave to all of them sons at the end of his avatara. And so, like that, that's Krishna Bhagavatam, you come across that also in episode where he is satisfied, because all the wives asked Krishna, hey, what is the use of marrying us? We want to become mothers. Then he granted that wish of all the ladies, and therefore they got that. Anyway, so like that, Krishna Shakti, Krishna Gita, Krishna Tattva is a very important thing. And incidentally, I will say that NCB Nath has made a Krishna Gita, 2,500 slokas. He has put in the computer and divided his Gita and all. So there are so many people trying to work to explore the Krishna concept and Vishnu power and spread to people available and accessible to the time schedules and pressures that each one is enjoying. So with these words, so Saraswati, please repeat 199 sloka.
Okay.
Atra chodaharam tima.
Atra to char haranti mam.
Atra chodaharanti mam.
Atra chodaharanti mam. Atra chodaharanti mam.
Itihasam puratanam.
Itihasam puratanam. Itihasam puratanam.
Dutanam Vishnu Yamayoho Samvadam tu.
Dutanam Vishnu Yamayoho Samvadam. Dutanam Vishnu Yamayoho Samvadam.
Tu Nibodhame.
Tam Nibodhame. Tam Nibodhame.
This is an important episode which we should know. See, when Ajamila and everything, the Yamabhatas go failure. They cannot take the life of that Ajamila, and they go and report to Yama. Oh Yama, look at your power. This time, never we came back without bringing the life of a person scheduled. But now we are coming with empty hands. And Yamabhata, the Vishnu Bhattas have interfered. And so you go and ask Vishnu, your appointing boss, why this kind of failure for his executing the duty. So the duty is to take away, but this time is a failure. Then Vishnu, that Yama goes to Vishnu, being urged by the dutas or servants, you go and talk to your boss, why you are a failure. Then there is a dialogue between Yama and Vishnu, and that particular section our Guruji has picked up and given us in a very short way. This is a very important thing, because what is the opinion of Vishnu when he said anybody taking the name of Narayana at the departure time, they will be eligible for getting moksham, and they will be destroying all their sins, Ganchita, Prarabdha, that whatever styled sins are there, all that will be dropped off. And you become Nishkrut, you will be Nishkrut, you will enjoy the Nishkruti, and you will get the Vishnu Pada Sevan, Vishnu Pada Arpanam. So you will just go to the Vishnu Padas. That's why we always worship the Vishnu Pada, because we want to go from the Pada, means Vishnu Loka or Vaikuntha. Every year on Vaikuntha Ekadasi, we go through the Uttaradvaram. Imagine that Vaikuntham is there in the north. Yamaloka, Yama's residence is there to the south. So we don't go to south. We want to go to north, where Vaikuntham is there. We don't, and for the south there is Narakam. So Narakam avoid, go to and turn our direction to north, not to south. So this is how this is. And next we'll continue with that. So Om Swasti Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu.
Om Swasti Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu.
Sarvam Sri Matrucharanaravindarpanamastu.
Sarvam Shri Matrucharanaravindarpanamastu. Om Tatsatu.
So I wish more people to come and get benefited, because it's a very good time for you. And afterwards you take bhojanam. That will be a prasadam in India after 9 you eat, and it will be prasadam of Krishna prasadam, very powerful for us. So please, you can download the book